Your boy Joe Biden fell asleep during an interview, it seems like.
I don't think he fell asleep. Bro.
This is what the clip is. This is what
My
people are
intention
saying.
to run again. And we have time to make that decision.
Dr. Biden is for it. Mr. President. Oh.
Dr. Biden thinks that, my wife thinks that, that we're doing something very important.
Oof. I mean, it's not great.
He didn't fall asleep, though.
Yeah,
He fall asleep.
He didn't fall asleep, but what is worse, I'd rather him fall asleep than answer like that awake.
That's a little rough.
Nah.
Why do you think the interviewer was
stay awake.
Why do you think the interviewer was like, oh,
Hello.
right?
Because he's gonna die soon.
Yeah.
But that don't mean he fall asleep mid-interview. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's gonna die soon.
Bro,
Is
this
that
is
news to everybody? He's gonna die soon.
Why was the interviewer like, oh, are you, Mr. President? Hello?
I mean,
Because he's worried he's dying on camera. You don't want to be the interviewer that killed Joe Biden.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
he probably does, bro. Like that, you know, that shit going dumb viral.
Yeah, no.
That's true.
That'd be good for your career in a weird way. But you don't think this is a sign of mental decline?
Yeah, I think yeah.
We all know.
Yeah.
I thought that was from House of Dragon. That was Viserys, right?
Yeah.
No, Viserys was way more eloquent. Viserys was missing half his body.
But like, this is just a bad look for America. Like, don't let them or deep fake it. This is why I don't believe the deep fake shit. Because I'm like, if deep faking was real, we would be deep faking it.
Yeah, I mean, it's embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing. It is a complete disrespect of the seat of office. Like, how are we supposed to believe that that's the most powerful man in the world? Like, to me, it exposes whatever the conspiracies are, the deep state or the real people in power or whatever, because if he's supposed to be the real person in power, if that's what 330 million Americans are supposed to think, there's no way we're letting him make all the decisions in his current state, right?
Yeah.
So when we all look at this and we go, oh, he's not really pulling the strings, then we have to go, who is? Now we're looking at all these other people. It's like you're exposing yourself by being in this situation. And the fact that they haven't put a single person else up. Like, is there another Democrat you can think
That's
of?
what's crazy.
It's
That's
nuts.
what's crazy.
I don't even understand what's happening. Like Kamala, they hate, and I get they do that by purpose. They do it on purpose, like to ensure the protection of the president. You get an absolutely idiotic running mate, right? Like that's, you know what I mean? Like that's what Trump did with Pence. Everybody looked at Pence, we're like, we can't have this fucking weirdo running the goddamn country, right? And that's what Biden does with Kamala, and that's what Obama did with Biden. They didn't think that Biden would actually be fucking president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's kind of wild. Then did you see this other one of him?
It can't.
What?
No, I mean, like, he has to say that, hey, I'm not running.
This is an
and
old
he's
one, though.
not wanting.
Oh, it is?
He doesn't want to give it up.
Yeah.
But out of respect, nobody's going to step up and
That's
be
fair.
like, yeah.
Because, they got Buttigieg.
Like, they got people that they can throw up there.
Who? Why is he saying that he's running again? That's what I don't get.
Yeah.
Because you're president. You want to give it up? Like,
Who's the
even-
Democrats' DeSantis? Sorry to cut you. But, like, who is the Democrats' DeSantis?
They
Who's the
don't have
Democrat? They have fucking Gavin Newsom. I know that we're shaking our head at that because the guy seems like such an absolute fucking phony fraud.
Yeah.
But
I really don't
People
like the guy
forget
at all.
about shit.
But it's
But
not
he
about
is the
forgetting.
only one.
He's gonna defend. Look what I did for California. California's a fucking disaster.
He'll literally defend like that. and then
People-
people in
people-
California
You'll
will go,
lose.
great.
People be forgetting about shit, bro.
No.
I'm telling
you
you,
have to
people
understand.
forget.
Trust me. San Francisco and LA, they don't.
Dove,
forget.
I understand how you feel personally. Most people do not live in California.
Exactly.
One. Two, they're not voting for him. They're voting for not the other person.
Yes.
So all they have to do is vilify the other person enough where you go, well, I can't support that. I'll go with this guy who I don't think is that good. I mean, what happened this last election,
No,
right?
I understand
I don't think
that.
anybody looked at Biden and they were like, he's the fucking truth.
I understand that, but I'm saying you put DeSantis and you put Gavin side by side, and you say their only argument, look what I did for Florida. Look what I did for California. That's the
They're
people
gonna
that
go
don't know
digging.
from California.
They're going to go digging on DeSantis, and they're
Yeah.
going to make him look like every horrible thing that if you were liberal, you would absolutely be terrified by. And then, you know, that's
Newsom's a bit more charismatic, in my opinion.
You know what, though? And you've said this before. I think America's going to vote on safety. And you're going to feel safer. They're just going to destroy. Look at LA is. It's a war zone. Look
at San Francisco.
And then if you're worried about safety, which most people are, at the end of the day, you're just worried about safety, you're going to go with the Republican guy over the guy.
Are you going to go with the guy who is the governor of arguably the most dangerous state in the fucking union, though,
Yeah.
which is Florida.
Oh, really?
I mean, the way that the world perceives Florida. Florida man does meth and
That's
shoots
fair.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Shots in Florida. So what they'll do is they'll go, oh, you can't say my state's more dangerous. Look at the murder rate in your state. Look at all these people that get shot in your state. Look at the drug problems in your state. Look at the illegal trafficking in your state. Right? Like the idea of Florida is not necessarily a safe place. What it was a place free of the COVID restrictions, which we all loved. Yeah. So I don't even think that DeSantis can go at California for being that dangerous when you compare it to Florida.
I don't think you can't compare. Florida doesn't have that stink perception-wise. Definitely not from.
They can label him as
Not from
they can label him
California.
as
It's not at the top
anti-gay.
places that are super dangerous.
I'm telling you. I mean, I know how passionate you are about this. The entire country, like, look what Charlemagne says. He goes, the craziest people on the planet are from the Bronx and Florida.
Yes.
It is
And that's a fact.
You may be because you're West Coast, but at least on the East Coast. Like,
Okay,
the
fair.
craziest.
West Coast, we don't have that perception.
There's
the
a-
Florida man methy perception is
Dog,
very niche.
You're talking about one state.
Yeah.
the most populated state in the country.
I don't think Trump's running, man.
You heard what he said at that rally. He's like, I probably got
have
to run. And people went crazy.
I think that he likes the political influence he has now from saying that he's going to run because he controls a part of the base. So as long as he's like Connor with the I'm going to fight again. Like, it allows you to have influence within the sport and it allows you to use that influence for your other business endeavors. So if everybody got to be nice to Trump because they want him to support them, he can use that for influence not only in business but maybe in not getting hemmed up in this fucking court shit. He's still got open cases. He might have a conversation with DeSantis and say, if you win, I need you to make sure I don't go to jail, and I'm going to throw all my support behind you. Or he has a conversation with the Dem and says, hey, I'm not going to trash you. I just need you to make sure that I'm good once you win.
But I mean, he could do that for himself.
No, but there's no upside for him to say
But
he's
if he
not running
doesn't
now.
win, I don't think I don't think he thinks he can win, genuinely.
Really?
I think if Biden runs, maybe just because I don't know if anybody in their right mind could vote for Biden.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what it looks like.
But
as
if
of right
I
now.
don't know if he believes in his heart that he can beat DeSantis. And I think that he's been been made incredibly radioactive. And he's played a part of that. And I think he's lost some of his base. But he doesn't want to relinquish that political control right now.
Couldn't he run independently?
Yep.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but he would just split the Republicans.
True.
Which
He
would
would tank
fuck him
his-
in the
he
long
would
run
tank his
because
own
then
party.
the Dems go, no, arrest this motherfucker.
True.
He also tanks his own party. They don't win anything.
Well, and if he wants to tank the party, if they don't give him the nomination, he's just like, fuck
Well,
y'all.
I think he says he does that if they don't provide some assurance that they won't put him in prison.
That's my point. He's got a lot of chips.
Yeah, and I think if he says I'm not going to run, then he loses the chips, and all these people they go search for somebody else. But these like hardline Trumpers, they're basically, please, Daddy, run, please, Daddy, run, and he has to hold them until the official announcement.
this shit is like Game of Thrones, bro.
Yo.
Like, it is so interesting.
Like 100%, and I wonder if like
I wish they had dragons.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I wonder if like big money corporations and businesses it's always like that. Like, just think about it. Like, Elon Musk has to get a certain amount of nickel out of the Democratic Republic of the Congo in order to make the batteries for his cars. If you don't think that he's lobbying certain countries, politicians, CIA, whatever the other version of the CIA is for these other countries, if you don't think that he's lobbying to make sure that those mines are kept open and free to run and unaffected by terrorism and unaffected by war, like you're talking about like a very tumultuous part of the world,
Right.
the Congo.
Right.
And these mines work all the time. And nobody's fucking with the mines. You know, you think that's a coincidence? No, you're playing fucking chess.
Right.
You are playing fucking chess to make sure that everybody get their batteries.
You think
So-
he shows his feet?
Say again?
You think he shows his feet off to some guy?
I mean, he got a lot of goodwill when he showed off that body
That's true.
when he was on that boat. But yeah, I think all these guys. You want to expand? You want like global? Yeah. Those are the conversations I just like to hear. Hey, we need to get this amount of nickel out of there. There's one place to get it on the planet, Democratic Republic of Congo, in complete disarray. Who do we got to promise shit to? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't doubt it. Rich people are doing smart shit to stay rich. You don't get rich by playing by the rules.
yeah. And I'm not necessarily even criticizing. I'm just like curious. Like,
Yeah.
who do you have to Like, you got to go to the warlord that you know is like making kids fucking become soldiers and like chopping off their feet and shit. And you got to go, hey, here's this much money so we can keep doing that.
Yeah.
So you don't you on some level?
Yeah, I guess you probably have to.
And that is the world. Like, we all wear the sneakers that are made by the kids. Like, we're not, he's no worse than us, I guess.
Slightly worse.
Say again?
Slightly worse.
Slightly
If
worse.
you're doing the
You're right,
deal,
there's
it's top.
levels. Yes. There's levels. But I just want to know what that conversation, I want to know the fucking Bezos conversations.
Yeah.
I just want to know what these are like. And like, maybe they feel guilt about it. Maybe
Like
they
the
feel,
tax combo, like even internally, like with like the politician that you put in power, be like, hey, like, yeah, don't roll over the tax shit, or like, don't push the tax thing in my direction. Keep it over here.
Yeah,
Make these loopholes. Keep them open.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm so curious if it's direct. Hey, we're having these conversations like up front, or if it's like implied. Like, yeah, help me out.
I had I don't want to put them out there, but there was a thing that happened, and that was going to affect real estate prices in like a big way. And immediately when this new politician entered the office, he stopped it. And he stopped it because of one phone call.
Crazy.
Wow.
I wonder how many one phone calls happen every day.
And how many people in power. And like, low key, like, that being in that position and having that power, it's just like, I don't want to compare it to fucking like Game of Thrones or like any of these things, but it's like, yeah, that's the exhaustion. It's not walking around and giving speeches all day and like inspiring people. It's like, I'm going to get a call today. And I'm going to have to piss off 50% of the people that live in this place.
Yeah. Or I'm going to get a call from two people that are asking different things, and I got to figure out who I would want to fuck over. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I think that's why you look at like a guy like Obama, where a lot of people are like, oh, he's, you know, myself included. But when he initially said he was going to run for government or run for president, I was like, oh, it's so early. Wait a little bit. You don't wait.
Yeah.
Because the longer you wait, the more times you've fucked over.
Yeah.
Like, Nancy Pelosi can never run for president because she's done so many horrible things.
Yeah.
They'll just look at the record. Like, what'd they do with Biden? Biden's been in government so long, he said the N-word in front of people, recorded. Right now, within the context of a sentence, he's quoting people, but still, like, that is like,
Yeah.
so it's almost you want people to be out of it. Because the longer you're in it, you're gonna do something fucked.
Yeah. You're going to have dirt.
You're gonna have dirt. I don't know. To
Yeah,
me,
it's wild.
like, how do we have a dinner and learn about that shit?
That's what I think the Illuminati is. It's not like an organized, like, controlled thing. It's just all the cumulative interpersonal relationships amongst like media
Corporation-
executives, corporate executives, and politicians.
Yeah.
And they all kind of know each other, and they all know who the players are and who's pulling the levers.
Yeah.
And then it's like happening at like one dinner party, and then another dinner party, and then a weekend getaway, and then in Aspen.
Yeah.
And it's all happening.
Text
like,
thread.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like that interpersonal relationship. I don't think it's centralized.
It's not organized. There's not like one person on top. That's what you're saying,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Like,
They don't have meetings.
Yeah. They also uses the term they.
Yeah. It's just other days.
Yeah. You just reach the top, I guess, of, it's not only government, but it's government and industry. And those things intermingle.
It's not a Jewish cabal.
Well, that's what we're getting
Unfortunately,
to.
no.
That's what we're getting to. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it would be so much easier if it was. And I think that's probably why people simplify it,
Yeah.
right? They go, oh, it's just these people, they're doing it. Because it's harder to accept what you said, which is really the reality.
Yeah.
Like, they or the Illuminati doesn't know they're the Illuminati exclusively.
Yeah.
They're also frustrated by other theys making decisions.
But it is a thing, though. There are powerful people that are pulling strings
Yeah,
and
but
making
it's
shit
not
happen.
organized.
100%.
Hey, this is the group, and we're all a part of this group.
But they
And we're
disagree
meeting
with one
Thursday
another.
at 3.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
They're upset with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, wait, why the fuck did Raytheon get this shit?
Yeah.
We're Lockheed Martin.
Yeah.
Like, they're not the same days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's
They
interpersonal.
gave it to Raytheon.